State law requires this body to announce at this time that a copy of the current Open Meetings Act is available at the back of the room where it is accessible to the public. Simpson.
Here.
Sisson.
Here.
McDermott.
Here.
Gibbon.
Here.
Johnson.
Here.
Aldrich.
Here.
Thank you. If we can all rise for a moment of silence, please, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Amen. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Item 1, tonight's agenda is approve this agenda. Approve the treasurer's report for April 2019. Pay the claims as submitted. And approve a special designated liquor license for the Speakeasy during the Swedish Stage Grill Fest. Motion to approve.
I'll make that motion.
Mike Sisson,
Second.
second by Larry Gibbons.
McDermott.
Yes.
Gibbon.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Aldrich.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Sisson.
Yes.
Motion carried. Item 2, approve the minutes of the May 7th, 2019 regular council meeting. Any corrections, additions? Motion to approve.
So moved.
McDermott, Ben Johnson,
Gibbons.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Aldrich. Simpson.
Yes.
Sisson.
Yes.
McDermott.
Yes.
it is now time for the public forum. Anybody in the audience wants to present something to the council that is not on the agenda, now is the time and the place.
Mark Cross, the Lost Way Brewery. We had the Find Your Way 5K this weekend, and we just wanted to come and say thank you to Mr. Mayor, Council, Kim, your crew coming down and help block the street, and Chief, the officer that came down and assist us. Great event. We had over 83 runners, I believe, and 90-something registrants. So a lot of good news. It was on MTV this week, so a lot of good publicity coming to Holdridge and Phelps County. So we appreciate all the support we get from you guys.
Did I understand you the other day that about 20% of those runners was from Phelps County?
I think it was even less than that. Most of them were from outside of Phelps County.
Really?
Yeah.
Right on outside. That's cool.
So we thank you.
And I survived? Oh, I didn't run.
You didn't run, that's how you survived.
Thanks for what you do. Appreciate it, Mark. Anybody else have anything for the public forum? Not? I will close the public forum. Item 4, approve the final replat of Lot 1, Block 1, Becker's addition to the city of Holdridge, Phelps County, Nebraska, into Crew subdivision.
That would be me. And no, I do not run, I don't want to run a barbecue. Just saying.
Looks like they ate a lot of barbecue that day.
I like that. You've got the final plat in front of you for Crew subdivision. We've had some changes from the preliminary plat that we approved here a while back. And that is mostly, it's easier to define on this drawing. You guys got that handy? It just basically shows you what we changed. Basically, we ended up having to rethink our lots. Originally, we were going to put duplexes on a lot of this and then sell the units off. We didn't have enough lot space for that. So we went with single-family housing. All the lots meet our codes of 7,000 square feet and a minimum width of 50 feet. And that was probably our biggest change on this whole thing. All our easements for the city for electrical are basically stayed the same. The blue squares indicate roughly the type of structure that we're talking about, whether it's a single-family house on a lot by itself or a duplex where it straddles a lot, which is easily seen on there. So Gives you an idea kind of what we're doing, where we're at, and what the major change was. In the end, this works well with what we're trying to do. So, other than that, not a whole lot of excitement.
Now, these streets are all 31 foot wide, is that correct?
Yes, that's what we're planning on, is 31-foot wide concrete, on 10th to Valley, and then Valley Street all the way north to 11th. Madison, going east-west there, will be concreted. And then on 11th, we're gonna go from Valley back to East Street, on that intersection. Over on that ditch on 11th, we're gonna put a tube in underneath there, a 36-inch pipe, to get underneath Valley and fill that ditch in that area. Where we tie into that pipe that comes across the road, we're gonna put a junction box inlet there and stub a pipe to the east or to the west. That way, future-wise, whenever we do East Street, we've got access to get into that storm sewer. And then that'll help with draining over on East Street when we decide to do that, you know, or when the city decides to do that. So that's just some of our planning for future-wise, so.
Sounds good. Questions from the council?
Do you know which ones he's gonna plan on doing first?
Everything on Maple, or on Madison, on both sides. Those are the tax increment financing, housing for sure. Then on Valley, we'll be doing the west side of Valley lots 4 through 9. And then when we get down to 10th, I don't think, Cliff, and you're correct me if I'm wrong, right now we're not planning on doing much with lots 1, 2, and 3. We're gonna keep that for local builders if they decide to try to build on. You know, they wanna do that.
On the south side of 10th.
Yeah, south side of 10th.
We'd originally talked about we were gonna build 4 units, 2 duplexes, but the way this has all come out, I anticipate that we'll just build we'll do the 3 duplexes right out of the chute and just build 6 units instead of 4, and then 2. I think it'll be just easier to get all those built in together at the same time, look the same way, get the same builder to do them all.
Will that affect the tax increment financing, the payback on that?
Yeah, I mean,
Going
the sooner they get built, the more quicker they start generating taxes and work against the interest that you've got on the note, so the quicker the better.
And I think the city's intention would be to gap pave East Street at some time. It would be nice if we could tie that in with this project. Probably be cheaper, get people moved in. If we do that and assess that property, you said you didn't have any problem with assessing it.
Yeah.
The question would be paying the assessment.
Question would be what?
If we go ahead and assess it, you'll pay the assessment, is that correct?
Yeah.
That's what I thought that you understood, right? I wanted to clarify that.
No, that's fine. That's your call, what you do with E Street and what and when. We've left that open so that you
Good.
have that option.
Thank you. Any other questions from the council? If not, motion to approve the final replat.
So moved.
McDermott, second by
No second.
Mike Sisson.
Givens,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Aldridge,
Yes.
Simpson,
Yes.
Sisson,
Yes.
McDermott.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you, guys.
Mr. Stevenson, thank you. I should ask you if you had any questions of the planning commission.
No, I went through planning pretty good. They had kind of similar questions that you asked, so.
Thank you. Item 5, approve the redevelopment plan and redevelopment contract for the Mesner Workforce Housing Project, CRA number 27. I think you all have a copy of the contract. Anybody have any questions? If not, motion to approve the redevelopment plan, redevelopment contract.
So moved.
Doug Simpson, second by Mary McDermott.
Sisson.
Yes.
McDermott.
Yes.
Gilbert.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Aldridge.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you. Item 6, consider Chamber of Commerce request for Sweetie Stays 2018. I think it should be 2019 maybe. But we know,
What happened there?
we've already been there, we know how to correct the ones that we already did.
We can talk about 18 if you want.
We want to improve on 2019.
As long as there's no road construction.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Now, if we can just get rid of the rain, and I hate to cuss about the rain, but really, I've had enough. Yeah, Sweetie Stays 2019. This is probably the first year as far as Central Rib Fest is concerned. We don't have to major changes as far as road construction, access, etc. So I was talking to Kim here a while back. Fencing, everything that we've done last year we're gonna do the same. We're not having any major changes. And I think the parade route that we're talking about is what we've done for the last 20 years. We're gonna, I guess tonight, we'd like to ask the city's assistance in fencing for Rib Fest. Same as we have last year and the year before. Help with the streets as far as barricading them off for the parade. I don't know what else we need. Swim night on Saturday night, I believe.
Or ice skating, as it may happen.
Yeah. We hope not. But there again, last year we had 35 teams at our barbecue competition. Our car show, I believe we had, I don't know how many.
144.
144 cars. They seem to get about 6 to 10 cars new and gross about every year. And it draws a ton of people. So Sweetie Stays in the whole, Friday, Saturdays is getting bigger as we speak. And that's a credit to our community, the city's help, the county's help, all the way around. One of the things on the Ribs Fest side, we had a huge thing that just kind of happened to us last week. Allman Brothers has become our naming sponsor. So it's now the Allman Central Plains Rib Fest, which is huge. It goes to their commitment to the community and what they do all the time for this community. And it's going to help us, further on down the road with everything that we do for our Rib Fest. So we've got a press release coming out here, hopefully this week yet on that. We just got this notice here a couple days ago. So we're pretty excited about that. But this year, right now, I've got 25 teams signed up, and I've got 10 teams that have told me that they're coming, they just haven't signed up yet. So we're going to be in the 35 team range this year. So it's going to be a lot of fun this year. I know Sweetie Stays, we get a lot of stuff planned. The Street Fest on Saturday morning. The parade, that's always a big draw. Everybody knows about our parade. It's probably one of the better ones in the state. But we would just ask the city's help as in years past with our fencing and that type of stuff. As far as directing traffic, I talked to Kim a little bit on for the parade. We'll ask the same thing as far as the city's assistance in directing traffic, keeping public out of the way, etc. I believe we have the local search team that are going to assist us also, just in keeping things safe. So,
I'd like to thank the Chamber and you, Doug, for all that you do put into this. But the city puts a ton of man-hours into it too.
yes.
And one of the things that brought up this week was the parking on 7th Avenue. During the parade, there should be no parking anyway on the south side. So last year they parked on both sides of 7th Avenue, and hard to get my bicycle through there.
Well, no, sorry, didn't know.
So I think the city's gonna work on something, so we keep,
Is that what
we just park on one lane, is that correct? Chief?
Yeah, we went from the 500 block to the 900 block. We're in trouble, not just during the parade, but during the whole thing. And that's probably something that we'll have to address. I just want to know, Swedish, the run, is that going to change and go back to North Park rather than now at R7?
The silver run there on the next one.
Okay. So, the silver run, yeah.
I have no idea. I don't run, and that's pretty evident, so.
We hate to tow vehicles off the street during Swedish days.
Yes, yes. We'll see, we'll look into that and see how we can manage that situation. So,
7th is the problem,
yes,
just primarily 7th.
okay.
That's where it was last time. And, you know, I don't know if the highway had something to do with that.
It might,
You know.
Yeah, last year
people
was-
Would be able to, you know, park more to the south and walk across Fourth and come up. I don't know, that might have had something to do with it.
okay. I've got a radio spot coming up Friday. I'll try to make a mention of that on 7th there. We need to make sure we keep that open, et cetera.
And
They
again,
can park on
we'll
the one
make it
side.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we'll see what we can do. Try to alleviate that headache, so.
What did we do last year for the free swim? That's Saturday, right?
Yes.
What hours did we do last year?
5 to 9.
Can we just do the whole day? Can we just do free swim for the whole day? Don't look at me. Here's what I'm thinking. If it's hot by 1 o'clock, and those kids have been out, you know, at the parade and on the street, and these are kids from out of town, they may or may not wait around to 5 o'clock to go swim for free. But the more kids we get in the door swimming for free, those parents are gonna find out that they like the Holdridge pool, and they're gonna come back and pay to get in the next weekend or the next month when they feel like coming back. I'd rather just do the whole day than just 5 to 9.
We just paid for a new water heater down there. We gotta pay for it somehow.
I think last year we had 140, was it, that did the 5 to 9?
I wonder how many paying patrons we had that day.
Yeah, I don't know. That I have no idea.
I didn't check on that.
I'm guessing the local kids who's down there using the pool, they've already have a season pass, I'm guessing. So this could be some out-of-towners and other people.
Okay.
That's not a bad idea.
I'd just
Hate to
like
admit it, Mary, that's not a bad
Well,
idea.
and I don't wanna give away the farm, but I think the more people we get in the door, they'll come back and pay their $2 to get in next time.
Yeah, I don't think one.
If I go to a new pool and I like it, I'll go, we go to Kearney or Axtell once in a while, just for something different. We want to be hospitable.
Council?
You can do what you want with that.
I don't have a problem with it. I think it'd be a good deal.
Let's hope it warms up.
I hope so.
Well, we have that new heater.
You got that
We
heater?
That'll draw a lot of people.
Oh,
This kind of weather, well.
Kids swimming in there at 8 o'clock this morning.
General consensus?
Yeah, I would say go for it.
Yep.
I think it's a good idea.
All right. So, yeah, I guess we would just ask for the same amount of help that we had last year on various things.
That's not gonna be a problem, is it, Kim, down at the swimming pool?
No, they'll make it easier. They don't have to worry about money and whatnot, but we'll just make sure that we have a special sign-in sheet, so I know who they are, and that way I can give you guys numbers
But
when it's done.
ask them to put down what town they're from, maybe, if they don't mind.
Okay?
And the
I don't
chamber's
lose
gonna
sleep over
furnish
it, but-
refreshments down there?
Yep.
We're not doing medical service down there.
You know, we always have a lot of water.
General consensus, we'll open up for the day.
Okay.
So, thanks, Mary.
Do we need
Any more
to
questions?
Have a motion
To approve the
to
request?
approve what the
Let's
chamber's
remove-
wanting?
Is that a
I'd make
motion?
the motion to go with the chamber's request, including the pool being open for free.
Second that.
McDermott seconds?
Sisson,
Yes.
McDermott,
Yes.
Gibbon,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Aldridge,
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Item 7, consider plans and street use for Heartland Cruisers and Holy Equal Riders Swedish Days Car and Motorcycle Show.
Would you want this to be free too?
Well,
Have to block the streets off again?
this line item will be mine, and I apologize that the map I drew was not up to Doug Stevenson's standards.
Wow. He didn't give you his box of crayons. did he?
But I did the best I could with the time I had. Same as last year, where the car show is a huge event for Swedish Days, and we're just asking to block off the street around the courthouse on West and East Avenue and Fifth. And then our motorcycles be parked along the sidewalk from the south of the courthouse. I went to the county this morning and they gave their blessing for that. So I'm asking for the okay for this part.
Pretty much the same as it has been in the last several years. It's been a huge drawing card.
We know where to find you if there's a problem.
Yes, you do.
Keep the phone on.
I'll be one of those guys in the red shirts.
Any questions for Mike?
Move that we approve the request.
Motion, second by
Second.
Larry Gibbons.
Simpson,
Yes.
Sisson,
Abstain.
McDermott,
Yes.
Gibbons,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Aldridge,
Yes.
Motion carried. Item 8, evaluate the city council 6 PM meeting time. We've tried it for 3 months. We've had one lady who was late, almost late, but I'm not gonna say any names.
I was late last time. Everyone can know that I was late last time.
Yeah, but you weren't bad.
It's bad.
You didn't miss anything. But what's the council's feeling? Other than moving it to 5:30?
You know how I feel. I like 7 o'clock. It's hard for me
Yeah.
to come home from work, come here, and then go back to work.
Have we noticed a difference in the attendance from the public?
We get a lot more crowd.
Did I-
Which,
Well, look at our crowd tonight. We get more attendance.
Doug's always here though.
I'm not saying PCDC doesn't count, but like. You're lying.
Ooh, watch it.
I think 6 o'clock's working as far as I'm concerned.
I like it.
I like it too.
I think the public likes it too. They've told me that.
Why didn't they tell me when they were up here?
No, they think it's a positive move.
I think there's just only one person I've heard at, and he doesn't normally show up for the council meetings anyway. But I haven't heard anything but positive moving ahead. You still have your evening to yourself, and you got summer ball or school activities. You got a chance to take in some of those during school days. So.
I will say the meetings have been a lot longer though since.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's the only downfall.
That's my fault. I have lived way too much. Motion to keep it at the 6 o'clock meeting time then?
and no motion, just a suggestion, and then we'll have an ordinance, we'll have to change the code. So just to go ahead for that.
So you don't even need a vote on it tonight. Okay.
We have plenty of agenda things on the next one that way.
Is that the first change in the new code book then?
I think second.
Item 9, we will go consider sale of real estate. We need to do that in a closed session, but we'll open this for open discussion with the staff and the council. Bob?
No, thank you.
Well, thanks, Mayor.
Thank you, Bob. You got the memo about wearing the checkered shirt. Thank you. Dane?
Thanks.
Chief?
Just a reminder, the city auction is Thursday. We'll be selling some vehicles plus our Crown Vic, which is a travel vehicle. It's in fairly good shape yet. It says 135,500 miles on it. What's that?
Just broke it?
Good tires, batteries only a year or two old, plus some other fine vehicles, some Ferraris, BMWs, stuff that probably.
Can we hold off on selling that Crown Vic?
What's the starting bid on that?
That'd be a good one for the mayor to drive for a year, then we can sell it next year.
Well, I see, well, then, that's up to you guys. The only thing is the weather, I don't know if it's gonna cooperate after today, it's probably pretty muddy down there. I think Brian has a truck you're gonna sell.
A tonner, a dump truck.
Okay, so he's gonna be selling a truck, plus we have a number of bicycles and a few other articles that have been turned in and no one has claimed. But it may be canceled due to the weather, just being so muddy. And so the makeup date is on the 30th, next Thursday. So I guess you'll have to be listening on the radio or whatever. And we would have somebody down there also to say it's been canceled. Gates open at 5, the auction starts at 6, if we do have it. I'm probably planning on canceling it till the 30th right now, but it's not etched in stone.
And it's supposed to be raining Thursday.
I think it's we're supposed to get a little reprieve tomorrow, 20% chance of rain, and Thursday we're supposed to rain.
We just wait another week.
Plan on waiting another week. We can do that, make the announcement now. All right, so we'll be on the 30th at 5. Well, gates open at 5.
I don't want to miss it.
Yeah, I'll bet.
I don't want to get stuck going down there either.
We'll miss that Crown Vic.
Anything else, Chief?
Nope, that's it.
Ben?
Nothing.
Randy?
Alleys are slowly coming back into shape.
Well, they were till today.
I know. Trucks
This
will be
rain.
running, yeah, I know. I don't know if you'll ever get caught up with those, but what you've done looks really nice.
They do.
I've heard compliments on that. Looking good. Doug?
Nope.
Mike?
Couple things. I've had some people in my ward contact me about stop signs on West Avenue. Wondering what it's gonna take to put some in. I guess they've had a lot of people that, when they leave East Avenue and drive west, they just go right through the intersection, and it seems like they're a little excessive with speed, so they were just curious what it would take.
We visited that a couple of,
Years
about
ago.
2 or 3 years ago. Went through that.
May I ask specifically what streets?
9th, I believe. 9th and West Avenue.
Speeding
Go
going
on.
on, not like crossing west on
Yeah.
9?
Yeah, just
Going
come
through.
through.
East, west?
Usually a lot of cars there.
One, people need to realize that a lot of people think West Avenue, they have the right of way because they're on the West Avenue, and that's not true. They're unmarked intersections, so the vehicle on the left has to yield to the vehicle on the right, unlike East Avenue, where there's stop signs up and down, so, but we can run more radar. If not, we have talked about it, might have been, I think it was 8th Avenue, might have been 9th, and we did some checking how many accidents there had been there. I don't recall if there was a great number of accidents at the intersection, but we can,
I think we kind of decided with East Avenue being a through street, we really didn't need another through street just a block over as part of the discussion.
The streets are made to flow of the traffic, and you hate to have a stop sign every block or so. Some people like to have that stop sign every block, and so streets are made to move the traffic in an orderly fashion. And we have rules and regulations. You have to give the right of way, and you should obey the speed limits.
I think if I would show you a traffic accident map, most all the accidents, the majority are gonna occur at intersections where there is traffic control. Just to let you know, most of them occur because they're in areas where there's high traffic flow. But that's, I think, what I would find. And that's certainly not to say accidents don't occur at other places, because there are a few where we seem to have people, not paying attention, and you're gonna have that anywhere. We can discuss that too.
Okay. Second thing was, I had a person call me and ask about the motel on Burlington.
No vacancy yet.
I had nothing to tell them, so I told them I'd bring it up.
We do have campground rates. It's my understanding, it's supposed to be breaking ground June, is that correct?
I think late summer.
Reed?
They've got from my knowledge, the people, the ownership group has been waiting on an appraiser to get his work done for 60 days, and maybe a week ago he promised he would be done, and, by some early to mid-June, so I think that whole delay is related to, evidently the ownership group hired someone, an appraiser that the assessor uses, but they're waiting for the appraiser to get the work done so the bank can get the documents finished up, so that is the hang-up.
It's still in the books, it's just
Yeah.
getting shoved back a ways, my understanding. Thank you, Reed.
That's all I got.
That's it?
That's it.
Mary?
Nothing to note this week.
So Larry?
I'm good.
I know you're good. Do you have anything to say?
No, that I'm good.
Rod?
Nothing.
Kim? Mr. Brinkman?
No, sir.
Mary? My time?
Here we go.
The north part, the bathrooms are open, and the men's bathroom looks very nice. That's cool to see. Mowing assessments, the mowing, the weed and litter that we did last year. Who assesses that? It used to be the council would look at that and approve the assessments.
Do an ordinance, though. You get an ordinance, but
And that time of year, we're gonna be starting mowing. There's a bunch of them that need mowed again.
We've already had the city mow some.
I think last council meeting, we got, your officers have turned in a lot of paperwork against the owners, so.
It'll be bigger next time.
Other than that, I'd like a motion to go into closed session for the purpose of consider sale of real estate.
I'll make that motion.
Mike Sisson makes the motion, second by Larry Gibbons.
Karen?
Yes.
Yes. Johnson?
Yes.
Aldrich?
Yeah.
Simpson?
Yes.
Sisson?
Yes.
Motion carried.